Hello everyone and welcome back to C-Town Garage. On today's episode, I am going to be explaining how I did my sequential taillights / brake light on my 1969 Dodge Charger. First thing I do want to point out, these are the original incandescent bulbs. There is no LEDs. The hard part nowadays of finding sequential modules is finding them to work for incandescent bulbs. Most stuff is LED now. Now some people will say, well, you can use the Cougar and the Thunderbird and, the little mechanical motor that runs them and stuff like that. This kit, 10 times easier to wire up than what that would ever be, and cheaper. Because most of the time you find the Thunderbird kits or whatever, used, and they're still a couple $100s to do. I bought the STS-1 sequential turn signal system right there. And the kit includes 2 modules that look like this. And then obviously the instructions and a bag of goodies. They give you a pen. That's nice. They give you Scotch locks. And they give you wire nuts. I firmly believe that neither one of these belong on a vehicle. Some may disagree. That's fine. I know Scotch locks have their place, okay? You may be able to use them, whatever. I'm not here to argue about it. But wire nuts? No. No. These are for housing, residential work, not automotive. This should not be here. That is my only thing that I disagree with this kit. Anyway, so you can go through this, read it when you get it, blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, you don't even need to really look at anything except for this right here. Now, this kit allows you to do 2 different functions. You can have your normal sequence, just like this. That'll never go away. What will change is when you hit the brake light. Right now, if I hit the brake light, it would go do, 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 and hold. You can change that to where it doesn't do that feature. There's a separate, the green wire. It explains in here more in detail right there. Installing the control wires. If you want that where you don't have it go and sequence for your brakes, or do the burst as it says, you can do away with that. But anyway, this is what you need to know. Your inside lamp, so they're talking this one right here to the middle where your sequence would start. That one, you need to keep your main power intact and splice in the red wire. Green, like I said, is optional. That is for the brake sequencing. Black is a ground. Now, in here it talks about how you can, depending on the vehicle, you can splice it into ground or whatever. On my car, they are ran to a separate grounding system, so it makes my life easier. Your white wire is going to go to your middle lamp. What you need to do is you need to cut the main power to the bulb with leaving about 2 to 3 inches of wire coming out of the bulb itself. And you will tap the wire that you cut from the bulb into the white line. And then blue is your outermost bulb. And you're going to do the same thing as what you did to your middle bulb. You're going to cut your power, splice your blue into the wire that comes out of the plug, or out of the socket, excuse me. And you're going to end up with something similar to this. Now, don't judge my taillight wiring. I've had to butcher this because this taillight wiring harness is out of a 68, being as I bought this car as a shell and all that. It's kind of Frankenstein together, but it's Frankenstein in a good way that it works. Another thing I do want to point out, if you're trying to do this with your 69 or 70 Charger, your innermost bulb So these two guys right here, this normal function of this bulb is strictly just to illuminate when your park lights are on. They do not act as a turn signal or a brake. So you have to put, I think these are 1156s originally. You change them to 1157s, which is a double filament bulb. And then I think you had to do something with the wiring. I think all I did is, I think I had to tap power into the original main line, or maybe it was already attached. I can't remember. This was like early on when I bought this car that I did that conversion. You can look it up online. They show you how to do that, or I might put a video later on how to do that. But anyway, once you get your, actually it just came to me. I think all you do is you just change the bulb to an 1157. Everything else is already there to do it. But anyway, this side's a little bit cleaner done. The biggest thing you have to remember is this module has to stay in a upright orientation. Excuse me. There we go. There it is. It can be up or off at a 45-degree angle. You can't lay it sideways and you can't point it down. That kind of explains a little bit about why you don't do that. But anyway, I know it's kind of a crude video and it's not really like professional, I guess, but I'm not a professional at this. I'm not claiming to be. This is just something that I did, and obviously it works. Now on my car, I have LED front turn signals just because the normal incandescents are kind of dim with my lenses. So with that being said, I had to go to O'Reilly's and pick up one of these, an EL12 heavy duty flasher. Now here's the thing, okay? If you're running LEDs on the front and you got LEDs in the back and all that stuff, this is not the flasher that you want. They make another one that's similar to this, but it's got a external ground wire on it. That's what you want. That is strictly dedicated for LEDs. And with that also being said, these sequential taillights, from at least what I was reading, they work for LED and incandescent bulbs. Obviously, I can prove the incandescent works. I don't plan to put LEDs in. I don't want to put LEDs in. I want the stock appearing look back here. So that's why it's done the way it is. But if you want to do this to your vehicle, this is pretty much a rundown of how you do that. Like I said, you get instructions and details and all that good stuff on how to do it. This is just my simple walkthrough of what I've done to make it work on my 69 Charger. So thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see y'all again. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see future videos.